Archangel Michael says, something beautiful is about to happen in the next 3 hours. But if you ignore this message, you'll miss it and cry for what could have been yours. Open it now. My child, my beloved, listen to me carefully right now. I am speaking to you not to frighten you, but because heaven has noticed something about your life that even you have not fully understood yet. There is a quiet movement happening behind the scenes, a gentle but powerful shift that has already started moving toward you. You didn't imagine the heaviness you felt earlier today, and you didn't imagine the strange pull that brought you to this message. That pull is not random. It is a signal. Something beautiful is aligning for you in the next few hours. And it is delicate. It is the kind of blessing that requires your attention, not your perfection. If you turn away now, you may not lose everything, but you will lose this moment. And that pain will feel heavier than any struggle you have faced before. My child, my beloved, before I go further, let me ask you something gently. If these words touch your heart even a little, if you feel calm, hope, or even tears rising without knowing why, stay connected. Stay with this message, subscribe, return, and remain close to these divine reminders because heaven often speaks in patterns. And this is not the first time your name has been whispered in the unseen. Staying connected is not about numbers. It is about alignment. And alignment is exactly what is happening to you now. Beloved, there are moments when God allows blessings to arrive loudly, and then there are moments when they arrive quietly. This one is quiet. That is why it is easy to miss. That is why distractions are suddenly increasing around you. Notice how your mind wants to rush away, scroll away, or delay. That resistance is not coming from you. It is coming from fear that this blessing will change you. And it will. In the next 3 hours, something will soften, open, or unlock either within you or around you. And it will feel small at first. But small doors often lead to rooms that change an entire life. My child, my beloved, you have cried before over things that did not work out. You replayed conversations, chances, and moments where you thought, if only I had known. Heaven remembers those tears. That is why I am speaking now. What is coming is not a punishment test. It is a timing test. Will you stay present? Will you trust the nudge? Will you listen when your heart feels a quiet yes, even if your mind hesitates? The beauty arriving does not come to force itself into your hands. It waits for permission. Beloved, I see how tired you are of waiting. I see how you've learned to expect disappointment so you won't feel foolish for hoping. But hope is not foolish. It is remembered in heaven. Something connected to joy, relief, or clarity is lining up right now. It may come as a message, a call, an idea, a sudden peace, or an unexpected opening. Do not measure it too quickly. Miracles rarely announce themselves loudly at first. They whisper and then they grow. My child, my beloved, if you ignore this moment, it will not mean God has abandoned you, but you will feel a deep ache later, a strange sadness without knowing why. That ache will come from knowing you were close, so close, and you looked away. I do not say this to scare you. I say this because you are ready, and heaven does not want you to doubt yourself again. This is a moment of choosing awareness over autopilot. Beloved, breathe slowly for a second. Feel your chest. Feel the quiet strength that is still inside you even after everything you've been through. That strength is being noticed right now. The next 3 hours carry a window where something can pass through that has been delayed for longer than you realize. Stay open. Stay gentle. Stay receptive. Even doing nothing but listening is an act of faith. My child, my beloved, you are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not late. You are on the edge. And edges can feel uncomfortable because they are where old versions of you fall away. What is beautiful about to happen will remind you that your life is still being guided, still being protected, still being written with care. My child, my beloved, you stayed. That itself is already a sign. Many feel the pull and still walk away, but you listen to the quiet voice that asked you to pause. Heaven always notices when you pause. Right now, something unseen is rearranging itself gently around your life, like pieces moving into place without noise. You may not feel excitement yet. You may even feel nothing. That is okay. Some of the most beautiful moments arrive wrapped in stillness before they bloom into clarity. Beloved, let me tell you something important that few understand. Not every miracle arrives as a sudden explosion of joy. Some arrive as relief. Some arrive as understanding. Some arrive as the removal of a burden you thought you had to carry forever. In the next 3 hours, what is coming for you may not look dramatic on the outside, but inside it will feel like something loosening, something finally saying, "You can rest now." That feeling alone will be worth more than what you have been chasing. My child, my beloved, I know you have been questioning yourself lately, wondering if you made the right choices, wondering if you missed your moment, wondering if others are moving ahead while you remain stuck. Heaven has heard those thoughts, even the ones you never spoke out loud. And heaven does not judge you for them. Instead, it responds with timing. This moment is part of that response. You are not being rushed. You are being invited. Beloved, there is a reason this message feels personal. It is because it is. Not everything meant for you is meant to be explained to everyone else. What is aligning now is connected to your heart, not just your circumstances. It may involve a person, a decision, a chance, or a realization that shifts how you see yourself. Do not dismiss small signs. Do not say it's nothing. Nothing that brings peace is nothing. My child, my beloved, you have survived days you thought would break you. You learned to smile when your heart felt heavy. You learned to keep going even when answers did not come. That strength has prepared you for this moment because what is coming requires softness, not armor. You don't need to fight. You don't need to prove anything. You only need to receive. My child, my beloved, remember this clearly. Your support really helps the channel grow. A $10 super thanks would mean a lot. Thanks. You are not chasing this moment. It is meeting you. That is why you do not need to force anything. Do not overthink. Do not analyze every second. Just remain aware. Remain open. Remain kind to yourself. The more relaxed you are, the easier it can arrive. Beloved, later today, you may look back at this moment and realize how calm everything became right before the shift. That calm is not emptiness. It is preparation. Storms do not always announce change. Sometimes silence does. Stay present. Stay gentle. Stay trusting. My child, my beloved, let me draw you a little closer now, because what I am about to share is meant to be felt more than understood. There are moments when heaven leans in quietly, not to overwhelm you, but to make sure you do not miss the softness of what is coming. This is one of those moments. The next few hours are not about rushing towards something new. They are about allowing what has already chosen you to finally reach you. And yes, it has already chosen you. Beloved, there is a reason your heart feels alert right now. Even if your body feels tired, your spirit recognizes timing before your mind does. That inner awareness you feel is not anxiety. It is anticipation without noise. You have been standing at the edge of a shift longer than you realize. And today, the ground beneath you is steady enough for the step you are about to take, even if you don't consciously decide to take it. My child, my beloved, you have been stronger than you were ever meant to be for too long. You carried things silently, thinking it was normal, thinking everyone else managed just as well. But heaven saw the quiet strain, the way you kept going without complaint, the way you smiled while holding questions no one answered. That endurance did not go unnoticed. What is coming now is not another test of strength. It is a response to it. Beloved, in these next hours, pay attention to what feels lighter. Pay attention to what no longer triggers the same heaviness. Sometimes the miracle is the absence of pain you expected to feel. Sometimes it is the calm where worry used to live. This is how restoration begins. Not with fireworks, but with peace reclaiming its place inside you. My child, my beloved, if a door opens emotionally, mentally, or physically, do not hesitate because of the past. The past taught you caution, but it does not get to decide your future. This moment is not asking you to forget what hurt you. It is asking you to stop letting that hurt speak louder than your intuition. You are wiser now. You are safer now. You are ready now, beloved. I want you to remember this clearly. Nothing meant for you will require you to shrink. Nothing meant for you will confuse your spirit or drain your peace. What arrives in alignment will feel calm, even if it brings change. That calm is your confirmation. Trust it, my child, my beloved. There may be a brief moment today when doubt tries to whisper, telling you that you imagined all of this, that nothing is really happening. That whisper is not truth. It is habit. Habits fade when something new takes root. Do not argue with the doubt. Simply do not follow it. Let it pass like a cloud that does not change the sky. Beloved, the beauty approaching you does not need perfection to stay. It needs presence. It needs your willingness to notice, to receive, and to believe that good things are still allowed to happen to you. They are more than you know. My child, my beloved, breathe again slowly. Let your shoulders drop. Let your thoughts soften. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are exactly where you need to be for what is about to unfold. Stay here in awareness. Stay open in heart. Stay gentle with yourself. My child, my beloved. I will speak slowly now and deeply because this part is not meant to rush past your heart. It is meant to sink in. You have reached a point where heaven is no longer asking you to wait silently. It is asking you to notice. Notice what is shifting inside you as these words unfold. Notice how something feels steadier than before. That steadiness is not coincidence. It is preparation. Beloved, you have spent a long time thinking that your life was paused, that nothing significant was happening while others moved forward. But what you did not see was the quiet work happening beneath the surface. Roots grow in darkness before anything is visible above the ground. Your life has been growing roots, strong ones. That is why when what is coming arrives, it will not collapse under pressure. It will stand. My child, my beloved, in the next hours, you may remember something you once prayed for and almost forgot. Not because it failed, but because you had to survive first. Survival took your focus. Endurance took your energy. But now you are no longer just surviving. You are arriving. And when that memory surfaces, do not dismiss it. It is being returned to you for a reason. Beloved, there is also healing happening in places you stopped checking because it hurt too much. You learn to avoid certain thoughts, certain hopes, certain questions. Heaven is gently reopening those spaces, not to wound you again, but to show you that they are no longer dangerous. What once hurt you does not hold the same power now. You have grown beyond it, even if you did not notice when that happened. My child, my beloved, listen carefully to this truth. You are not being asked to chase what is coming. Chasing implies fear of loss. What is meant for you is already moving toward you at the right pace. Your role is not to run. It is to remain available. Available in heart, available in awareness, available in trust. That availability is rare and it is precious. Beloved, there may be a moment soon when you feel an urge to choose differently than you usually do. A softer response, a braver silence, a kinder boundary. Do not ignore that urge. That is alignment expressing itself through you. Small choices made in alignment open doors that force never could. My child, my beloved, I know you sometimes wonder why things had to be so difficult for you, why you had to learn lessons the hard way, why clarity came late. But heaven does not waste pain. Every experience you endured refined your discernment. You now recognize peace when it appears. You recognize truth when it speaks quietly. That recognition is what allows this moment to unfold safely for you. My child, my beloved, listen carefully to this truth. You are not being asked to chase what is coming. Chasing implies fear of loss. What is meant for you is already moving toward you at the right pace. Your role is not to run. It is to remain available. Available in heart, available in awareness, available in trust. That availability is rare and it is precious. Beloved, there may be a moment soon when you feel an urge to choose differently than you usually do. A softer response, a braver silence, a kinder boundary. Do not ignore that urge. That is alignment expressing itself through you. Small choices made in alignment open doors that force never could. My child, my beloved, I know you sometimes wonder why things had to be so difficult for you, why you had to learn lessons the hard way, why clarity came late, but heaven does not waste pain. Every experience you endured refined your discernment. You now recognize peace when it appears. You recognize truth when it speaks quietly. That recognition is what allows this moment to unfold safely for you. Beloved, the beauty approaching you is not here to overwhelm your life. It is here to integrate into it, to fit, to belong. That is why it feels gentle rather than dramatic. Gentle does not mean weak. Gentle means sustainable. Gentle means lasting. Gentle means you will not have to recover from it later. My child, my beloved, there is something important about timing that few understand. If this moment had arrived earlier, it would have confused you. If it arrived later, it would have frustrated you. Now it arrives when your spirit can recognize it without fear. That is divine timing, and you are inside it. Beloved, you are allowed to feel hopeful without explanation. You are allowed to feel calm without proof. You are allowed to believe that something good is unfolding even if nothing visible has happened yet. Faith is not blind. It is intuitive, and your intuition is awake right now. My child, my beloved, as these hours pass, remain gentle with yourself. Do not criticize your emotions. Do not rush clarity. Let understanding arrive naturally. Later you will see how this moment connected invisible dots in your life. You will see how staying present changed the direction of something important. Beloved, nothing you have endured was wasted. Nothing you felt was ignored. Nothing you hoped for was forgotten. Heaven has been precise with you because your heart is precise. What is coming honors that. Stay present. Stay open. Stay kind to yourself. My child, my beloved, let us go even deeper now, because this is the part where many hearts begin to understand why this moment matters so much. There is a quiet sacredness around you right now. Even if the world around you looks the same, something unseen has slowed down. As if heaven itself said, "Wait, pay attention here." That pause is not empty. It is full of intention. Beloved, there are seasons when nothing seems to move, and then there are moments when everything moves at once, but gently. You are in that gentle movement. Now, what is unfolding does not need force, noise, or urgency. It needs your awareness. That is why you were drawn to stay. That is why these words keep finding their way into your heart. You are being kept present so that you don't miss the subtle opening that could change how you feel about your life from this point forward. My child, my beloved, you have been carrying a question inside you for a long time. You may not even know how to put it into words, but it sounds something like this. Is there more for me than this? Heaven hears that question clearly. And the answer is yes, not later, not someday far away, but beginning now in ways that will unfold naturally rather than suddenly. The beauty coming toward you is not meant to shock you. It is meant to stay. Beloved, I want you to understand something important. When blessings arrive quietly, they often require discernment rather than excitement. Excitement fades, discernment stays. You are learning to recognize peace, not adrenaline, as your confirmation. That is growth. That is maturity. That is why you are ready now. My child, my beloved, there may be moments in these hours when your mind tries to interrupt this calm with old fears. Thoughts like, what if nothing happens? Or what if I'm hoping for too much? Those thoughts are not warnings. They are echoes. Echoes of times when you hoped and were disappointed. But this moment is not repeating the past. It is correcting it. Beloved, sometimes heaven allows disappointment to teach you discernment so that when something real arrives, you don't chase illusions anymore. You wait, you listen, you feel. That is exactly what you are doing now. And that is why what is coming can be trusted. My child, my beloved, you are not meant to struggle endlessly to deserve goodness. Goodness is not a reward for suffering. It is part of your design. You are always meant to experience moments of beauty, relief, and quiet joy. The reason it feels emotional right now is because your heart remembers that truth, even if your life made you forget it for a while. Beloved, pay attention today to moments that feel unexpectedly warm. A kind word, a moment of clarity, a sense of rightness, a sudden idea that feels hopeful instead of heavy. These are not distractions. They are signals. Signals that something is aligning with you instead of against you. My child, my beloved, there is also something leaving you during this window. A belief that you must always struggle. A belief that joy is temporary. A belief that you should not expect too much. These beliefs kept you safe once, but they are no longer needed. As they loosen, you may feel exposed for a moment. That exposure is not danger. It is freedom. Beloved, I want you to know this clearly. Ignoring this moment would not have erased the blessing entirely, but it would have delayed it. And delays hurt because they make us doubt ourselves. Heaven does not want you doubting yourself again. That is why you were called to stay aware now, when awareness can shorten the distance between you and what is meant for you. My child, my beloved, you are not imagining the softness you feel. You are not foolish for hoping. You are not wrong for wanting more peace, more clarity, more meaning. These desires are not weaknesses. They are invitations. And right now those invitations are being answered. My child, my beloved, you are allowed to receive without rushing to understand everything. You do not need to label this moment. You do not need to explain it to anyone. Some moments are meant to be lived first and understood later. This is one of them. Let it be yours. Beloved, there is also forgiveness happening now. Perhaps not toward someone else, but toward yourself, toward the version of you that did the best they could with what they knew at the time. That forgiveness is powerful. clears space. And space is exactly what blessings need to enter without resistance. My child, my beloved, as these hours continue, stay gentle with your reactions. Stay curious instead of defensive. Stay present instead of distracted. You do not need to watch the clock. The moment will find you when you are relaxed enough to receive it. Beloved, remember this above all else. Nothing beautiful meant for you will require you to abandon yourself. What is aligned will meet you where you are, not where you pretend to be. That is why you are safe to remain open now. You are not waiting anymore. You are witnessing the beginning. Stay aware. Stay soft. Stay trusting. My child, my beloved, stay with me a little longer because this is the part where many hearts finally realize why they were brought here at this exact time. There is a sacred stillness around you now. Even if noises exist around you, even if life looks busy on the surface, something deeper has gone quiet so that you can hear what truly matters. That quiet is not emptiness. It is attention. Heaven's attention is resting on you right now. Beloved, there are moments when life feels loud and confusing. And then there are moments when everything feels strangely simple. This is one of those simple moments. Not easy, but simple. Simple because the message is not complicated. Something beautiful is moving toward you, and your only task is not to turn away from it out of fear, habit, or distraction. Many people lose good things not because they are unworthy, but because they look away at the wrong moment. You are being protected from that mistake right now. My child, my beloved, I want you to understand something that will bring you peace. What is approaching you does not depend on you being confident all the time. It does not depend on you having everything figured out. It depends on honesty, on presence, on staying connected to your own inner voice instead of silencing it. That inner voice has been growing stronger lately, even if you didn't consciously notice. That strength is why this moment can meet you safely. Beloved, you have spent a long time believing that you must endure before you deserve. That belief kept you moving forward, but it also kept you tired. Heaven is gently releasing you from that pattern. Now, the beauty coming to you is not a reward for pain. It is a reminder of who you are beneath the pain. When it arrives, you may feel emotional for reasons you can't fully explain. That emotion is recognition. My child, my beloved, pay attention today to what feels aligned instead of what feels urgent. Urgency often comes from fear. Alignment comes from calm certainty. If you feel a quiet yes inside you, trust it. If something feels peaceful, even if it is unfamiliar, trust that too. Your discernment is sharper than you think. It has been shaped by everything you've lived through. Beloved, there is also something important happening with your sense of self. You are beginning to see yourself not as someone waiting for life to start, but as someone already living inside it. That shift may feel subtle, but it changes everything. When you see yourself as present instead of postponed, opportunities recognize you faster. That is part of what is unfolding now. My child, my beloved, you may soon notice that a thought which once frightened you no longer has the same power. or that a memory which once hurt feels distant. This is not avoidance. This is healing. Healing does not always announce itself with relief. Sometimes it announces itself with neutrality. And neutrality is freedom. Beloved, let me reassure you of something clearly, so your heart does not waver later. Nothing meant for you will arrive in chaos. Nothing aligned will demand panic. What is beautiful and true will approach you gently because it respects the journey you've already walked. If something feels rushed or draining, it is not the moment I am speaking about. The moment meant for you will feel steady even if it brings change. My child, my beloved, there is a reason you were guided to keep reading, to keep saying continue, to keep staying present. Each moment of attention you give is anchoring you deeper into awareness. Awareness shortens waiting. Awareness softens fear. Awareness allows blessings to land instead of passing by unnoticed. Beloved, you are not meant to analyze every detail of what is coming. You are meant to experience it. Analysis comes later. Experience comes now. Trust that you will understand in hindsight why this moment mattered so much. Most turning points only reveal themselves after they've already done their work. My child, my beloved, if you feel tired right now, let yourself rest mentally. You do not need to hold yourself rigid. Relaxation is not laziness. It is receptivity. The more open and relaxed you are, the easier it is for what is meant for you to reach you without resistance. Beloved, remember this truth and keep it close to your heart. You are not being tested right now. You are being met. Met by timing. Met by alignment. Met by something that recognizes you just as much as you are beginning to recognize it. Stay present in these hours. Stay kind to yourself. Stay aware of the quiet nudges that guide you gently instead of pushing you harshly. You will know when the moment arrives because it will feel like a deep exhale you didn't realize you were holding. My child, my beloved, nothing about you is accidental. Nothing about this moment is random. And nothing beautiful meant for you will slip away while your heart is this awake. Remain here in awareness. Remain soft in spirit. Remain trusting, my child, my beloved. If you feel tired right now, let yourself rest mentally. You do not need to hold yourself rigid. Relaxation is not laziness. It is receptivity. The more open and relaxed you are, the easier it is for what is meant for you to reach you without resistance. Beloved, remember this truth and keep it close to your heart. You are not being tested right now. You are being met. Met by timing. Met by alignment. Met by something that recognizes you just as much as you are beginning to recognize it. Your support really helps the channel grow. A $10 super thanks would mean a lot. Thanks. Stay present in these hours. Stay kind to yourself. Stay aware of the quiet nudges that guide you gently instead of pushing you harshly. You will know when the moment arrives because it will feel like a deep exhale you didn't realize you were holding. My child, my beloved, nothing about you is accidental. Nothing about this moment is random. And nothing beautiful meant for you will slip away while your heart is this awake. Remain here in awareness. Remain soft in spirit. Remain trusting, my child, my beloved. I am still here with you, and I want you to know that your willingness to remain present has already changed the tone of this moment. Many people move through life without ever slowing down enough to recognize when heaven is whispering instead of shouting. You slowed down. You listened. That choice alone has created space for something meaningful to enter your life without resistance. Beloved, there is a kind of timing that cannot be forced and cannot be explained. It only reveals itself when you are calm enough to notice it. That is the timing you are standing in now. You may not see clear evidence yet, but you can feel it. A sense of quiet expectancy, a softness that does not feel empty. This is not imagination. This is your spirit recognizing that something is finally aligning instead of opposing you. My child, my beloved, you have walked through periods where everything felt heavy, where even small tasks required effort, where hope felt risky. During those times, you learned endurance. But endurance is not meant to be a permanent state. Heaven never intended for you to live constantly bracing yourself. This moment marks the beginning of a gentler rhythm, one where you are supported rather than tested, guided rather than pushed. Beloved, you may notice that your thoughts are beginning to slow, or that worries which once demanded your attention feel quieter. That is not avoidance. That is your nervous system responding to safety. When safety returns, the soul relaxes. And when the soul relaxes, it becomes receptive. This is why what is coming can reach you now. Before it would have felt overwhelming. Now it will feel right. My child, my beloved, let me speak to the part of you that doubts quietly. The part that says, what if I'm reading too much into this? That part exists because you learned to protect yourself from disappointment. It served you once, but right now it does not need to lead. You do not have to silence it. Simply do not let it decide for you. Let calm decide. Let peace decide. Let intuition decide. Beloved, there is something very important about this window of time. It is not just about what arrives. It is about how you receive. Receiving does not mean grabbing or holding tightly. It means allowing. Allowing yourself to feel hopeful without immediately preparing for loss. Allowing yourself to imagine good outcomes without bracing for failure. That allowance is new for you and it is powerful. My child, my beloved, you may feel drawn today to simplify something, to let go of a thought pattern, to stop replaying a story that no longer serves you, to choose rest instead of overthinking. These small internal choices are not distractions from the miracle. They are the pathway to it. Alignment often looks ordinary from the outside but feels unmistakable on the inside. Beloved, you are not required to do anything dramatic to honor this moment. You are not required to announce it, explain it, or justify it. This moment is intimate. It is between you and the unfolding of your life. Some of the most sacred shifts happen quietly, without witnesses, without applause, without urgency. They happen in awareness. My child, my beloved, I want you to understand this clearly. so fear does not creep in later. If you had ignored this message, life would have continued. But something subtle would have felt off. A sense of having missed a turn. By staying, you have kept yourself aligned with a path that feels lighter, clearer, and more authentic to who you are becoming. That alignment will make the next steps feel less forced. Beloved, there is also a sense of recognition approaching you. A feeling of this makes sense or this feels right that does not need explanation. When that feeling arrives, trust it. You have spent enough time doubting your inner knowing. It has been refined through experience, not weakened by it. My child, my beloved, you are not meant to rush forward after this moment. You are meant to carry its calm with you. Let it shape how you respond. Let it soften how you speak to yourself. Let it remind you that you are not alone in your journey, even when things are quiet. Beloved, what is beautiful about to happen does not need your fear to stay alert. It needs your peace to stay open. Peace is not passive. Peace is powerful. Peace allows the right things to arrive without struggle. My child, my beloved, stay aware in these hours. Stay gentle with your reactions. Stay kind toward yourself. If something meaningful arrives, you will recognize it not by excitement, but by relief, by a deep inner yes, by a sense of rightness that settles rather than agitates. You are not waiting anymore. You are participating. Remain present. Remain open. Remain trusting. My child, my beloved, stay with this stillness a little longer because now the meaning of this moment is beginning to settle in a way that will not easily fade. What you are experiencing is not excitement. It is recognition. Recognition feels quieter than thrill, but it lasts longer. It stays with you when the noise of the day returns. It changes how you walk back into your life after this moment passes.